Henry! Hi, everybody. Welcome to a Pokemon X and Y Weekly special episode.
Our second one of the week.
It's been pretty nuts for Pokemon news, as happened this morning. So first off, let's just get to the big one. The X and Y will have the original first generation starters in the game. Like, you can get them very early, and they have Mega Evolutions.
That's crazy town.
So apparently the way it works is, in X and Y, I didn't realize this. I thought you got your starters for Gen 6 from Professor Sycamore. No, you get those from a friend. But
your friend's just like, hey, buddy, I got you some Pokemans.
Yeah,
I found them.
1 of 3. Pick one. I don't care which. But when you meet Professor Sycamore, he still has starters for you, but it's the original Kanto starters. And so you pick one of them as well.
I wonder if your rivals still are. I'm wondering how that's going to work. Are you going to then have like one that's stronger than one rival's? It's kind of a confusing
idea.
idea.
In the past, I've seen like the rival would pick the opposite of the second one you picked as well. Like
okay.
The one that would beat it. Though it'd be easy to just pick a fire and whatever. But the Mega Evolutions for all of them is awesome. Like there's 4 Mega there's 3 new Mega Evolutions. That's how many there are.
The 4th mysterious starter Pokemon.
But for all of them, they seem to get a lot pointier. Like that's Like Charizard has like a 3rd prong in the middle of his head now, and he has like kind of a almost like alligator tail, like a buzzsaw kind of thing on his tail. Same with like Blastoise has like kind of a goatee now, and
he's become. Well, I mean, he should get the sunglasses that the Squirtle has in the cartoon, and then he'd be like a beatnik poet.
But he also, my favorite bit of Blastoise is that he has extra cannons on both arms that look like his shell.
Oh, nice.
So he has like extra guns on his wrists, which is totally awesome. And Venusaur also looks kind of cool, but I as far as I can tell, like he has a couple extra bumps and like a big flower on top of his head. And his tree is a little taller. Maybe I'm missing some of the subtleties in Venusaur there. But
let us know in the comments if we're missing the subtleties of Mega Venusaur.
Yes, please.
This sentence that I knew I was going to eventually say from the moment I was born.
Well, they also had a quick, deeper explanation of how the Mega Evolutions work. You're given a key item called the Mega Ring, which the trainer wears, which has the Keystone in it. And the Keystone is the item you need to activate a Mega Evolution on a Pokemon. But that Pokemon also has to have a Mega Stone that is unique to them carried. So that's why you can't just do Mega Evolutions from the start. I'm betting like maybe after you beat your 8th gym leader, then they're like, hey, Professor Sycamore's like, I finished inventing my Mega Key Ring.
Scattered around the world are 500 stones you can collect.
Yeah, geez, how many? Yeah,
there are already more Mega Evolutions than I think most people assumed there would be. I kind of thought they may limit it to like 2 or some like crazy low number.
It's really, now that they've done it on the first starters, like almost seems like there's no rules. Like there could be anything that has a 3rd evolution could have a Mega Evolution.
It feels like every time the sun rises in Japan, they announce 2 or 3 more Mega Evolutions in X and Y. And
then the last bit of news, which I thought was pretty awesome, was Pokemon Bank was also announced, which seems like a real version of Bill's PC and on all the other PC storage in the games, where you can now download the Pokemon Bank app to your 3DS, and then you upload any Pokemon you don't want to the bank storage. It can hold up to 3,000 Pokemon in 100 boxes.
Oh, is that all?
Just 3,000. But the coolest part is, so until now there was seemingly no way to get your DS game Pokemon onto your X and Y. But now, if you put one of the DS games into your 3DS, turn on the Pokemon Bank app, it can then take them off of those, put it onto the Pokemon Bank, and you can then take them out of the bank and put them in X and Y.
So I'm wondering, was there ever a point where you couldn't bring Pokemon from the previous?
Well, yeah, Game Boy Color couldn't talk to Game Boy Advance.
Okay, but since Game Boy Advance,
since GBA, there's been a way. Yeah, there's been it. So, but now that's the thing about Pokemon Bank. It's apparently future-proof. Like they say, this isn't just for X and Y. This is for all, like, future Pokemon games will be using this too.
Which is funny because there's really no, like, if they said 1,000, most people would have been like, holy hell, that's more space than you'll ever need. 3,000? It's getting pretty ambitious. They have a lot more ideas for like rocks with eyes on them.
Man, it would be awesome if, you know, that there was that tease of a new Pokemon Revolution or Battle Stadium. If that could talk to Pokemon Bank as well on your Wii U, and you could just take Pokemon.
You don't even have to worry about like turning on the wireless on your 3DS and connecting. It can just be a cloud-based thing you can connect to at any point.
Yeah. And so they say it's going to have an annualized fee, that they didn't say how much it's going to be.
Really?
Yeah, so who knows, but they do say, like, it's a server, they got to run it, it has costs. It's weird to hear Nintendo saying they would charge for anything online.
Ever. Yeah, ever. I'm shocked by that. Though I feel like they probably assume the super hard, like, this isn't something, so you have to imagine that a Pokemon kind of game sells like 10 million copies, and of those 10 million, 9.5 million are children. Yeah. And then 500,000 are the hardcore, like us, like people listening to this fine video. And those are the people who this is for, and those coincidentally are the people who actually have what I'm guessing is going to be like $20 a year to pay for this.
Yeah, I'd pay 20. My prediction is closer to 10. What do you think they're going to charge for it, guys? And also, what is your favorite of the new old Mega Evolutions in the game? I wanna see that in the comments for this episode, guys. So, you know, down there in that area where comments are, say nice things, but let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
And don't forget to like this episode, please. Subscribe to the GamesRadar YouTube channel. You'll see lots of awesome stuff there. Until next time, for a normal episode, Pokemon X and Y out!